So, like I said, this is basically a place where I'm just showing my views, where I'm expressing where someone like me, other individuals like me who are on their journey to find answers, probably in business, finance, in their community, you know, just expressing what they might go through, questions they might ask, things that they might face. This doesn't apply to everybody because there's people who are making money online, e-commerce, and just doing other things, trading, doing other things, and people who are solidly in their careers. Um, but there are some people who are trying to find their way and, encountering things, hitting into walls, and, have to always realign, reconstruct, be reborn, do something of those natures to keep expanding and learning and finding their purpose. So, in my journey, I've been encountering online a lot of these, um, what do they call them? Online, not motivators. I would say motivators, leaders, counselors, advisors. I forget the word right now. They call these influencers. Influencers. Influence is a good word. Online influencers in different industries. This is just to show you, like, I don't really care about it being, I'm talking to you. And I'm going to get to an issue I've been having with some of these people. Some of them are like me, young, maybe around my age, younger, doing well. Went around, asked their questions through their drive, did, you know what I mean? And learned what they needed to now that they're teaching others, about financial literacy, about credit, about other things. But then after a while, just like everything else, it just kind of becomes like, like repetitious and cliche. And like I said, my whole thing is also, this is a social inquiry. This is research. My journey is research. So every step that I take, it's an observation into what's going on. I'm never stepping into a situation to demand and control it. I go into express, as being a problem solver. If there's an issue, you express an equation, you express, and what you feel may solve the resolution. And it's whether it's adhered to or not. So this is my thing. There's no way I can force it. When you do business with somebody, you guys come together. It's just you express your half, you express your half. If it comes together, you guys see that this is where it works and it's productive, that's where you move. So with these online influencers selling ebooks, selling a course, they talk to you about these literacies, and they throw a lot of information at you, which is useful, yes. And then at the end of it, it's all free advertising and gain for them to bring you in to get to know them, and they want to sell you a book, which at the end of it, all of it comes back to something like this, or it's a new type of ladder scheme, and they're tied into internet advertising and the way how the platform that commerce is going now. So these people are already making money. So as I'm researching, the algorithm kicks into these people somehow to start advertising to me. So they start advertising to me as I'm looking at their videos. Some of them over time I subscribe to and I follow just to keep my mind, and I can ingest, the information that I need to as I'm doing my research and going forth on my journey. So whether or not they're like, I'm in a classroom with them, and I'm learning from them, they're my teachers, they don't know about me like that to a certain extent until they make contact with me. And usually when they make contact with you, because they've gone so far through their journey to the point where they're at, the contact with you is just, as much as they might to make it seem like they're helping people, yeah, you are helping people, but you're informing, and right, they're contacting you, and it's more like an advertising thing, because they're reeling you in to yes, invest in them more. which adds to their lifestyle. So now in my journey, my lifestyle is growing. You see how I look. I'm not like, sharpened up, and my image is not the same as theirs, which is the actuality of this thing. This is why I'm doing this, so anyone else can see. And even if you see it change, it's not because of that. It's just because, needed to change. Or I felt I just wanted to change. You know what I mean? I like my dreads. How I work right now. It's about to snow in a couple of days. I've been traveling around the country. I go here, I work, I do certain things. I have my own trade, like I said, so I can go anywhere and basically work to a certain extent, take care of myself and be able to go somewhere else, and, I have enough resources to do that. But it's not really enough to maintain a life and a family on it, because all of this was to learn, which causes a few issues, with family and friends, because you're not in the places where you need to be or should be, or where they feel, or where you even feel, but, because the timing puts you out of place. So, but on the internet, the timing and the place is always there. So back to the influencers. So when they make contact with me, in my situation, I let them know, like, with the finances I have, just like I explained to you, it's for a certain reason. And just like the structure of all of those people that say, well, yeah, you have to do this and do that and sacrifice. And like, I know that, like, dude, I come from an age where sacrifice is how my people got out of I'm closer to that, to being out of people around the slavery age, where a penny really meant $100 in their actions every day. And I was born in the 80s compared to the other people that's my age. So I have a different perspective than they do. So like I said, you got to set, like, I don't know this. How do you think I was able to do? I travel around and I move, and I do this because I want to learn, real world learning. So which leaves me at a might be a disadvantage, that I can't just throw money or a resource at something that, can really help me advance at a time, like, but like I said, I put increments in certain thing, amount of energy, amount of time, of everything that I can gain a certain amount of information back to add to what I'm doing. So they tell me their plot and they want me to buy their book and support them. And then I try to tell them what I'm doing, which is this, and what my business entails, which doesn't involve as much money as their plot and their scheme and what they're working on. It's actually cheaper, right? And me doing this, the way that I'm doing this, if they would align with me, right, it would eventually get me to a point where I can take part with them. And while they're participating with me, I get to promote them to other people, because I'm actually learning from them at the time. While they're participating with me, I actually get to promote that the fact that, hey, this guy is working with me, knowing, start where I'm starting from, and this is our relationship. So as I'm growing, if you're watching me, watch this guy too, because he's teaching me a lot. But they negate all of that by just keep enforcing the fact that, no, and trying to be a motivational speaker, and trying to be and like, I'm there, I've been there. Everyone around me is a business owner. You know what I'm saying? Where I come from, everyone owns their own house. Like, you see what I mean? So what they're telling me, like I say, becomes to someone that doesn't know at all. And I'm trying to bring this across to them. And I don't know if it comes across like bossy or pushy. And I definitely try to stay humble and explain my position so that they can see, like, but they just don't. And then think about this. How I know that it's not really real is because they don't ever make contact again. After you talk to them for like 1 or 2 days, they might hit you and try to still reel you in, and they don't ever make contact again. Now, the way how my thing is structured is like, it's not based on ego. It's just structured on something that, if you want to put a little time into it, it's not as much processing as every other program. It's very minimal processing. Computers do most of the work. I do the rest. The computers, just like their system, these people, they found me because of an algorithm. A computer did all the work. They come and just try to reel you in and then start you on another system where you pay for something else. Support where you learn if your interest, if that's where your interest is going. So all of these things too helps me realize like maybe I need to work on my pitch and different ways to get my interest across, because it's a learning thing. It's a transfer automatically. But with most of these people, they only want it to go one way from how the system showed them. They're not adhering and seeing that automatic transfer. They think the transfer is, once again, me paying into something and then me learning and adapting that system and then flipping it on the next person in the ladder scheme. That I can say I made it, but yes, it works. My system is not a ladder scheme. It's just a position scheme. And it's not a scheme at all. I'm just saying that in the scheme of things. But it's a plan. It's a financial engineering plan. It's a wealth generating plan, a fund generating plan that will secure resources throughout time. A regenerating fund plan. So I don't know how to get it across. I'm just having, these are the things that I'm dealing with. And I know there's someone else out there that's going through their journey, that's running into certain things like this. But, just keep doing your thing, man. I'm going to keep doing my thing. Even if the grand scheme of my idea doesn't pop off, some of these people that I do follow that speak about life insurance and selling insurance and, real estate, fractional business franchising. Like, I'm into a lot of stuff. I listen to a lot of stuff. Eventually I'm gonna get into it. It mightn't be on the greatest grand scheme but I like I say, I partake incrementally so I can learn. And eventually something will pay off. But once again, with that going on, I'm also working on something myself personally, where I personally want to be like these influencers, and I can really influence a situation, not by asking for money at that point, by influencing the situation where it will generate money for the people around, and they will in turn. And it might be a loose idea and something like, it sounds crazy, but nah, because we can't group together. Because that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to bring me into his group of followers and subscribers to subscribe and follow. And I just don't want to say pay for his lifestyle, but basically that, which is cool. That's what your boss does.